There were great celebrations all across Dis Twitter as the cupcakers were so happy that the Epcot lights had finally started working again. $1 billion in a year after they were installed, maybe the lights would no longer be stalled when you tried to walk by them in the evening time. But the celebration has come to an end in record time. Just days later, Epcot looks more like a rave, more like a disco, and we know now, potentially, why Disney simply cannot fix this. Hello, folks, and welcome back to another adventure in entertainment. Explaining to you what's going on in the Vacation Kingdom is something we love to do, and we're back at Disney World, Walt Disney World, that is, where Lonely Walt is overseeing a disco, the likes of which we had never anticipated in Epcot, which was once dedicated to technology, the future, and humanity. Today, it looks more like something you would see in a European discotheque. If you've got epilepsy, watch out if you're in the Epcot theme park. But folks, we're here to tell you even more. Turns out, we don't think Disney can fix this. And there's a reason we believe it. It has to do with Imagineers and DEI. Disney and their lights continue to be a situation that they need to address over and over and over. Let's remember that they were all seriously excited because the little lights were twinkling again over at Epcot. That was about 3 days ago. And, they stopped again because this is a Disney with a set of Imagineers that simply cannot do what they did for years and years. The generations of excellence are gone down the drain. Here's what we've got out of that park place. World Celebration ground lights restored at Epcot, yet other area lighting goes awry. Not awry, folks. World Celebration has had a rocky rollout at Epcot, from broken ground lights to Communicore Hall's lackluster reception. And while Disney has apparently finished repairs on its subterranean lighting fixtures, new illumination issues have arisen along with some wear and tear that shouldn't be possible for an area that just turned a year old. It was supposed to be glorious. The underground lighting systems at Epcot's World Celebration neighborhood have been something of a punchline among online Disney communities. And it's taken, a full year to restore functionality to the Epcot center of the park after glitches happened. But glitches just days after there was massive celebrations all across Dis Twitter have, reappeared, unfortunately. An apparent glitch in this area's lighting recently made above ground lights go haywire with trees that appear to be crackling with lighting. Folks, apologies. If you have any issues with flashing lights, turn away at this time. Here's what Epcot looks like. It's a rave right behind Spaceship Earth. Walt, I'm sure, is dancing right along. Here we go, folks. Here's what we have.
It looks like lightning in the trees is what I had said in the thing. It reminds me of the effect they used to do during the Star Wars fireworks, where they would have the Palpatine lightning crackling all over the place.
So this is another issue, Marvin, where, this just looks awful. This looks like maybe we're in Cranium Command now outside, right? These are the firing of synapses. So Marvin, and we apologize, I get that. There we go. Marvin, what is going on that Disney cannot get this right? How is it that we're a year into this and they still can't make the lights just work?
I can't tell if it's just that they use real cheap parts or, like real cheap components to put this all together, or what. But we actually have a follow-up story to this that we printed this morning. The lights in the ground are malfunctioning again. It's insane.
It is absolutely crazy. And I think Jonas or Marvin, who is it who has the scoop on why this might be? I think it's Jonas. Jonas, share with us why Disney might have a very difficult time getting this fixed in a shocking and surprising twist.
Well, this is one where actually the info that we are figuring out is actually why another project might be doomed here as well. But on this in particular, whatever is going on here, they keep using the same company over and over again to do all this. It's taken them an entire year to get those ground lights fixed, and now we're seeing that those ground lights themselves also not fixed. But as soon as that happens, then we have this horrific scene, which I maybe it's not that horrific. I think it would actually be scary to children. This is an environment where they obviously want to keep the lights down low in order for these effect lights to look as cool as possible. So this is the kind of thing that I think actually is kind of unsettling when guests don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely it's bizarre. The other thing that we're hearing, and Jonas, you correct me if I'm wrong on this, Ron, you as well, is that the team that did this, because Disney has largely lost their Imagineering talent, they're gone to Epic Universe. The team that did this and that cannot get this right apparently is the same team that is working now in Animal Kingdom. And so there's great fear that they're incompetent. Like they literally cannot make, things function. And they're the ones who are going to be transforming Dino Land. Is that right?
That's what I've heard. It's kind of, the whole thing is kind of scary to me because when I look at this and I think, a few years ago before they did this whole overhaul, one of the things that everybody loved when walking out of Epcot were fiber optics lights in the sidewalk that worked functionally fantastic every time you walked over them. They were not as big as this is supposed to be. I love this. This was a funny joke, the rave that Walt was at. But those fiber optics lights, I don't know. There was something about the subtlety of them that made them so magical when you were walking out. And the World Celebration is such an ironic name for this area because there is nothing worth celebrating in World Celebration. And I am not kidding. And I'm sure that Marvin will back me up on that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What you're looking at here is we've got areas of the walkway that are actually roped off currently because this walkway that's been open to foot traffic for 1 year in the Florida sun is currently cracked.
Cracked. It's broken. This is so ridiculous. And I was talking I was talking with Lorena about this last night because people actually Lorena and I got recognized from the Pro Show last night. That was kind of funny when we were in line for Gary Sinise. Well, the fact of the matter is that this company for years and years, from the moment Disneyland opened, yes, the opening day of Disneyland was not great, but they fixed it. They fixed it right away. And the Imagineers, the company set a precedent for near perfection for at least 5 decades, if not 6 decades. And what has happened in the last 5 years is unprecedented with this company. It's like they went from Disney to, I don't know, Walmart. I don't know what they are anymore. To Temu. I don't know. It's not the Disney company that I grew up with. It's not even the Disney company of 10 years ago. It is, I think everybody left and went over to Universal, and Epic Universe is going to make this place toast.
Right. And so the problem, Ron, is that Disney believed that once they had built Epic Universe, that team that built Pandora would return. They would come back.
No,
and the issue is they're not coming back because Universal is keeping them on for more projects because they're now planning to expand Epic Universe. They want to build the Zelda thing in Islands of Adventure or Universal proper. And so Disney is stuck with this Carmen Smith crew. And Carmen Smith is the person that we believe has destroyed Imagineering by focusing so heavily on hiring people based on the color of their skin or their sex or whatever. And so now they're filled with people who they can't build anything. I mean, this area in the middle of Epcot that they spent $1 billion on, and it took years and years and years. The theme park looked like a construction zone. This area, in its final form, reminds people of like a community college park, and it's already broken, and they can't fix it. Like, it's one thing to release it and it's broken and it's mediocre. It's another thing that it's broken, it's mediocre, and you don't have the competency to even get the lights working. So that's why I think, Disney, this is a bigger story than just the lights aren't working, right? We could make that into the full story, and that would be missing the point. The point is, you're spending $200 a day to get in here. And this looks like your crazy uncle strung the lights for you for your Christmas display, and he blew a transformer. And this is every day at Disney. This is every day they've got stuff like this happening now.
The little lights are twinkling a little too much, Clark.
Careful, Clark. Careful.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
folks, we love covering this kind of stuff. We don't love that it's happening. We want people to have, for $200 or whatever it costs to get in there, and that's just the minimum. We want you to have a wonderful experience with your families, and we don't want people who have epilepsy issues to have to avoid half the park. Like, we don't want you to say, well, my family member has epilepsy, so we're going to have to go out the back of the park today and get an Uber to take us somewhere else because we can't go through the middle of the park because it's gone crazy.
Well, and then in the most recent story we put on that Park Place this morning, Lorena got us some footage yesterday of the ground lights, and now the ground lights are all discolored and not lighting up correctly once more. So those are actually breaking down yet again. If you scroll to the bottom here, we've got some pictures of what that looks like.
This is getting crazy. All right,
Insane.
for Lorena Creole, the lights are broken again in the ground. I mean, this is just nuts. This is just nuts that they. So the same issue we saw before, where they start to go out in the middle, and you have these spots, and then it starts to all cascade and fall apart, happening again.
Yeah, they can't get them to work. I was with Lorena last night, so it's so sad because you see something so great, like Gary Sinise and the Candlelight Processional, and you're walking out of the park and you see this, and you're like, it's unbalanced. They can't get it together, and Epcot is a former shell of the park that it used to be, and that's what's so sad.
Yes, it truly is sad because the state of Epcot today is worse than the state of Epcot before they did all this. And Epcot needed love then. And what they've done is they've taken a beloved park and they've really damaged it. Damaging the art, damaging the beauty of these theme parks matters. You can cram IP everywhere you want to. There is a value that is transcendent and that you cannot measure, but which you will measure once it's gone, of art. When you take the beauty away from the theme parks, you take away that which makes them special and that which gives them that paradisal oasic feel that makes people want to come back year after year. You've done it at Epcot. It's damaged the park. You're planning to do it at Magic Kingdom. And let me tell you, Magic Kingdom is the place that brings the people in so that they buy the tickets to the other parks. These other parks are secondary. Magic Kingdom is primary. Magic Kingdom starts off the entire ecosystem. If you damage Magic Kingdom by destroying Rivers of America and you make it ugly, then guess what? They're not going to go to Animal Kingdom because they didn't go to Magic Kingdom first. They're going to Epic Universe. Helping Hollywood produce a product that you want to consume, that's what we do each and every day, folks. And this time, it's time to, well, say goodbye. We know, but don't cry. No, for we will have more videos on the way. We love to bring those videos and that information. And by the way, if you'd like even more, consider going to the Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/WDW Pro. It's where we put out stuff exclusively there that we simply can't put out in other places for whatever reason, be it because it's too spicy or because, well, perhaps we're working to corroborate it. But you can find out things early and first over there. Folks, we surely have had a great time spending time with you. Consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment right on down below. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.